At this moment, inside Carlisle Castle, the cold voices of two soldiers echoed in the dark night. "Move it! If you dare make us late, I'll end you right here." A girl, hands tied, walked in a daze, questioning her entire existence. Even in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd travel to another world. Under the guard's watch, she was pushed toward a specific location. In reality, she had transmigrated to this world, inhabiting the body of the illegitimate daughter of the Kimber family. A soldier opened the door to a room, and countless strange cries erupted from within. The sounds made her jump, and she turned to look. She didn't expect that right after transmigrating, she'd become a sacrificial offering to demons. This story goes back half a month, when she was giving a speech on stage. "As a saintess, following the will of the gods, I have a responsibility to my people." Suddenly, the platform she was standing on wobbled. Just like that, she fell amidst screaming voices. Trauma sent her straight to the afterlife. "Sherry, call an ambulance, quick!" And then she accidentally crossed over to this world. Back in the present, hearing footsteps approaching, she thought fearfully, "Is he here?" A young man appeared in her line of sight. He was the Duke of the Night, sealed in the north, who had once killed his own mother to drink her fresh blood and took pleasure in torturing others. Rumors said he was nothing short of a demon. No, I can't sit here waiting to die. Maybe if I jump down there, I'll have a chance to survive. Thinking this, she turned and ran to the window. Crash! The sound of breaking glass rang out, and she successfully jumped out. "Woman, are you trying to run away?" He didn't hesitate to jump down after her. "Do you think jumping down there will let you escape me?" Seeing her innocent face, he couldn't help but ask, "Did you shrink?" Neither spoke, just staring at each other, the atmosphere cold as ice. Behind a tree not far away, someone was watching them, his hand drawing a magical light directed at the two. He stared at her, mesmerized. Her appearance. The girl noticed this person staring at her and felt a chill down her spine. Why is he looking at me like that? Is he thinking of how to kill me? His eyes seemed to hide something. The protagonist also realized something was wrong. Speaking of which, my body feels weird. Looking closely, she saw her hands were strangely tiny. She held her face in fear and screamed, "Why have I become so small? My hands! My face!" Seeing her looking super cute like a cheese stick, he could only sigh and stand there watching her. It turned out this strange event was caused by the person behind the tree playing tricks. Seeing her screaming, he couldn't take it anymore and shouted, "Be quiet! You're too loud." "Boo-hoo, but I'm so sad. After my body shrank, my strength seems to have weakened too. If I don't get favored, I'll be sent as a sacrifice and then it's over. And before dying, I turned into a tiny kid like this." What a drag! Murderous intent radiated from him, his voice icy. "If you say one more word, I'll send you to meet your maker right now." Seeing him reach toward her, she immediately backed away, asking warily, "What do you want to do? I've been quiet. Do you still want to kill me?" But his next sentence made her freeze. "Starting today, you are my adopted daughter." After that, despite her struggles, he bent down and carried her away. The person hiding behind the tree smiled mysteriously. "I was worried she'd be sad about turning into a child. Guess I overthought it." "Lay down! I'm going to suffocate! This servant greets Lord Duke!" Suddenly, he tossed her through the air toward a maid, nearly giving the girl a heart attack. "SOS! I said put me down, not throw me like this. From today on, she is the young lady of this castle. Take care of her carefully." "As you command, Lord Duke." "Farewell, my lord." From then on, she officially became the adopted daughter of this demon. "The young lady is the first stranger the Duke has brought back. Maggie will take good care of you." "Ah, right. What is your name, young lady?" Seeing the sincerity in Maggie's eyes, she replied, "My name is Sherry." "Ah, this big sister is both pretty and warm. This demon castle isn't as evil as I imagined." "Wait, hold on. I remember before coming here, my little sister and stepmother talked about Carlisle Castle. Just wait to be eaten alive," the stepmother had mocked. "Just being eaten is too easy. Hopefully that demon will play with her properly. After all, being sealed for so many years must be boring. Heh. Thinking of this, suspicion arose in her. Is what he calls a foster daughter just him being bored, waiting for me to grow up so he can eat me up completely? That thought gave her chills. Does he want to turn me into a toy? If I annoy him one day, won't he just slaughter me? She immediately imagined being slaughtered later, tears and snot flowing as she sobbed. "Ah, I don't want to die horribly like that. I haven't even had a boyfriend yet. I can't die. Others get pampered. Why am I so miserable?" Seeing her strange behavior, the maid asked with concern, "Young lady, you don't look well. Are you feeling unwell somewhere?" "I'm fine, just a bit sleepy. I want to hear a story before sleeping." "Then let me change your clothes first, young lady." After changing and washing up, she quickly climbed into bed and pulled up the blanket. "What story would the young lady like to hear?" "I want to hear about this castle. Since I'll be living here, I want to know about it." Outwardly, Sherry spoke sweetly, but inside she thought, "I can't exactly tell her I want to learn the layout to escape, can I?" Maggie enthusiastically told her. 30 years ago, Carlisle Castle was established. At that time, the Lord Duke was only 10 years old, sent here to live all alone. Since then, no one has come to visit him. He also doesn't like interacting with anyone, so for years the castle has remained closed. So that's it. That's why no one visits him. As expected, everyone is afraid of him. I've told you everything. Don't think about running away, because those who betray the Duke get eliminated. Hearing this, Sherry broke out in a cold sweat. No way. Sherry is very obedient. She thought to herself, if they knew I was actually an old lady shrunk down, they'd probably send me to the afterlife immediately. The next day, Sherry carried a bag of food on her shoulder, scouting around the palace. Strange, if I don't run away, am I supposed to stay here and wait to be swallowed whole? I already know where the main gate is. Goodbye, cold Duke. She walked and snacked along the way. A while later, looking at the empty bag, she screamed in disbelief. How can this be? Due to the wizard's magic, Sherry's memory was like a child's. She had no sense of direction, so even after walking for a long time, she couldn't find the way out. I ate all the snacks. Do I have to go back there again? At this moment, Maggie was frantically running around looking for her. Young Lady Sherry! Where are you? Young Lady Sherry! Hearing the call, she hid behind a flower garden. Oh no. Maggie found me. I have to hide quickly. This door isn't locked. I'll hide for a bit. In her haste, she dropped her handkerchief at the door without noticing. She peered outside to check the situation. Lucky I'm quick-witted. Once Maggie leaves, I'll go out and find the gate. Behind her, footsteps approached closer and closer. A cold voice from behind made her freeze. Who allowed you to enter here? She turned around, stammering in fear. I was just... His face was filled with murderous intent as he looked at her. Then he moved forward and grabbed her neck. In pain, she cried out, hopelessly. He lifted her up slightly. She struggled, whispering, I just accidentally came in. Don't kill me. Maggie called out anxiously, Young Lady Sherry, where are you? Just then, Maggie saw the handkerchief Sherry had dropped. Isn't this the young lady's handkerchief? Why is it here? Did the young lady go into that room? Maggie felt a shiver of fear. Young Lady Sherry! Young lady, are you in there? Hearing Maggie's voice, she struggled with all her might. Help! Maggie, save me! In her eyes, he was currently no different from a cold and heartless demon king. Maggie burst through the door, terrified at the scene. Lord Duke, please have mercy. He shouted coldly, Get out! Maggie knelt and begged. Lord Duke, that is just a child. Could you bear to harm a face like that? Hearing this, he paused, looking at her. This face has a bit of... Then he loosened his grip. She took the chance to gasp for air. Huff, huff! He stood there staring at her intently. Because she had eaten too many snacks, she couldn't hold it back and threw up on his hand. He immediately dropped her, making a face of utter disgust. She sighed in relief. I almost kicked the bucket. Did he really want to kill me? Maggie went over and hugged her, begging, My lord, please spare the young lady. He said coldly, You all get out of here. Then he issued a command. From now on, lock her up. Unless I order it, no one is allowed to let her out the door. Yes, my lord. At this moment, her head was full of questions. Why did he suddenly spare me? Did Maggie say something that touched his heart? Why is this room forbidden? And who is lying in that coffin? What is the meaning of that dried-up cherry blossom tree? Afterward, Maggie took her back to her bedroom. After being locked up, she started pondering life. What exactly about my face attracted him? Is he a lolicon? She started imagining, is that coffin filled with countless faces that look like mine? Unable to curb her curiosity, she turned to ask Maggie, Can you tell me? What's wrong with my face? I'm scared. Maggie stammered a bit. Young lady, your face is nothing but beautiful. Hearing this praise, she felt incredibly smug. Hey, as expected of me, conquering even a woman's heart. Then, she narcissistically thought, sure enough, he was just attracted by my beauty, so he couldn't bear to kill me. I probably worried too much. Maggie, go rest. I'm going to sleep too. Good night. All right, Maggie will take her leave. Good night, young lady. While she was getting ready to sleep, she heard a rustling sound. What's that noise? Suddenly, a stranger appeared in her room, making her jump and ask, Who are you? He immediately put a finger to his lips, signaling her to be quiet. Shh, I'm here to save you. Hearing this, she was touched. Are you an angel sent to save a fairy? Take me away quickly, right now, okay. After a few steps, she seemed to realize something, stopped, then smacked the guy hard, saying angrily, What do you mean, are you teasing me? I'm not a child, and I'm not that easy to trick. Seeing her attitude, the guy laughed. I'm not here to tease you. I can't take you away, but I can tell you a way to gain the Duke's favor. If he's happy, he won't kill you. Inside, this guy thought, Aren't you a child right now? Haha. Really? What way? That is to pat the Duke's head every day. Hearing this suggestion, she recoiled and thought, How bold! You dare to pluck whiskers from a tiger? Thinking of that scenario, she broke out in a cold sweat and asked hurriedly, Are you sure that patting his head won't make me die faster? The next day, Maggie's voice woke her up. Breakfast is ready. You just need to get dressed to eat, young lady. She sat up, dazed. Did I dream last night? I dreamt a con artist came and told me that just patting the Duke's head would increase his affection. Hearing her inner thoughts, a certain black-clad young man silently cursed. You're the con artist. Your whole family are con artists. Whatever, I shouldn't overthink it. Better to think of a way to lift the grounding order. That's right. I must become the woman who conquers the Duke. Seeing her standing there acting out a monologue by herself, Maggie stared blankly and called out, Young lady, what's wrong? Realizing she was overacting, she coughed, Ahem, a few times and replied, You didn't hear anything just now. Go prepare breakfast. I want taro and grilled bananas today. A question mark appeared in Maggie's head. Taro combined with bananas? Maggie didn't know this was the plan she concocted. Because taro and bananas will cause bloating and stomach aches. If the Duke has a conscience, he'll take me to the hospital. If not, I'll just fart a few times and be fine. Haha. Seeing her wolfing down food, Maggie said worriedly, Young lady, eat slowly. Feeling her stomach rumble, she rejoiced inwardly. It's working. Then she clutched her stomach and sat on the floor. Maggie asked anxiously, Young lady, what's wrong? My stomach hurts. Young lady, please. Hang on. I'll go find Lord Duke right away. Young lady, Lord Duke is here. He will definitely cure you. Seeing him arrive, she groaned loudly. It hurts. What's wrong with you? Finally softened your heart, did you? Watch me act. But his next sentence instantly silenced the room. Are you pregnant? This sentence stunned both of them into silence. After regaining her composure, she replied, Maybe I ate something bad. Am I going to die? Before I die, can I come a bit closer? I want to memorize your face. She silently cursed. Who's pregnant? This is bloating. Bloating, do you understand? My stomach is just full of farts. Are these your dying words? Then speak. Let me hear them. At this, she turned on her acting mode, looking pitiful. Thank you. Although I was born into the wealthy Kimber family, my father never liked me. You made me feel a father's love. Maggie felt sorry for her, tears welling up. The young lady is so pitiful. This story suddenly triggered his memories. That day, his father had asked him a similar question. Did father not treat you well? He laughed inwardly. Haha, there really are many fathers like that. Feeling empathetic, his voice softened a lot. I will take you to the hospital. Why is this guy suddenly so nice? Should I take advantage of his good mood to try the method that con artist suggested? Action followed thought. She reached out and patted his head, smiling happily. Thank you, Papa. What is your hand doing? Feeling the murderous intent radiating from him, she was too scared to speak. Why did I believe the lie in my dream? Am I cursed? Oh, my youth, consider it ended today. But she didn't know this action made him remember his late mother. Maggie, take this brat to get examined. And he just let me go like that? Young lady, let me take you to the doctor. She clutched her aching stomach, speaking with difficulty. Wait for me to go to the bathroom first. I feel like something is about to come out. Also, once you're recovered, come to the study. I have something to ask you. Hearing this, not only she but also Maggie wondered endlessly. Go to the study? Why do I have a bad feeling about this? That evening, while she was wrapped up in blankets, Maggie said, Tomorrow morning, Maggie will take you to the study. Remember to rest early. Do I have to face him alone tomorrow? Just thinking about it is scary. She tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Is there any way I don't have to go? Why can't I think of anything? Am I really going to rest in peace at this blooming age? Wait, maybe I can dream of that con artist again? Maybe he'll teach me a solution in the dream. So she started chanting, Please, I must dream of him. Early the next morning, Maggie brought her a beautiful outfit. Good morning, young lady. Gosh, is it morning already? I'm dead, I didn't dream of anything. This situation looks tense. Young lady, you look so cute in this outfit. Lord Duke will definitely like it. Very quickly, Maggie led her to the study. After opening the door for her, she didn't forget to remind her, Young lady, Maggie will wait outside. If anything happens, just shout loudly. Okay, I know. Lord Duke, I'm here. Her answer was a sword held close to her body. Confess! Who told you to pat my head? She swallowed hard in fear. Okay, I'll talk. It was because I dreamt it. The person in the dream told me to pat your head, saying it would improve your mood. Do you think I'll believe such a ridiculous excuse? But it's the truth! How could a little angel like me lie? I don't believe it! Speak, who was it? Her tears and snot flowed as she thought. Usually in movies at times like this, doesn't the second male lead appear as a hero to save the beauty? Why isn't there one in my movie? Is this the difference between fiction and reality? Boo-hoo. Just as things hung by a thread, someone pushed the door open, shouting, Stop right there! She rejoiced inwardly. Oh, my hero has appeared! Let her go! She looked on with expectation mixed with excitement. He's here! He's here! He brought his handsome face. With this aura, this voice, he must be an extremely arrogant, handsome guy, with noble status, wealthy, and except for not being as handsome as the male lead, everything else is good. A blonde young man appeared looking disheveled, screaming, Sherry, don't be afraid. Big Brother is here to save you. Seeing the true appearance of this young man, she stared blankly, not knowing what to think. Then she decisively refused. You go away. I don't need you to save me. This sentence successfully made the blonde youth fall flat on his face. Sherry, be good. I'm Mason, your big brother. Don't tell me turning into a kid made you not recognize me. We grew up together. Don't know you, babe. I don't remember anything. I'm very fine right now. Sherry, if you're being threatened, blink. Signal me. Don't be afraid. His sword tip shifted direction, pointing at the blonde youth. Are you from the Mason family? Right, that's it. What are you going to do? Don't think I'm afraid of you. If I were scared, I wouldn't have come here to save Sherry. He reminded him, breaking into the Duke's castle is a death sentence. For her, even death would be willing. At this moment, she felt a bit touched. I didn't expect this guy to have such spirit. I underestimated him. You count as half a hero. But 15 minutes later, the blonde youth was crying buckets. Hey, let me take back what I just said. He lowered the sword, speaking indifferently. If you're from the Mason family, then forget it. The blonde youth wiped his tears and replied, It's not that I'm afraid of you. My tear ducts have just malfunctioned since childhood. I cry whenever I'm tense or excited, not because I'm scared. She stood listening, speechless. If I die, it'll be from secondhand embarrassment for you, Blondie. Fine, I won't kill her, but I won't let her go either. If you want to stay here to protect her, you must sign a contract with me. This statement startled both her and the blonde youth. What? Sign a contract? The blonde youth stood up, resolutely refusing. No way! Even if I die, I won't be a servant to a demon. I won't do it in this lifetime. She gave a thumbs up, silently praising. Daring to speak to the demon duke like that. I recognize you as a real man. If you don't want to, then... The atmosphere was tense when Maggie pushed a food cart in, smiling. Lord Duke, it's time to eat. Looking at the incredibly rich food cart full of delicacies, the blonde youth immediately changed his mind. Wait a minute, I'm not leaving. She needs my protection. Even if I have to be a servant, I don't mind. She heard this and scolded. Hey, your eyes are saying something else. He stood there wanting to faint. Turns out this guy is a glutton. But it's fine. He still has other uses later. Better to keep him. So he immediately agreed. Since that's the case, you stay. Then, having lost his appetite, he turned and left. My lord, you won't dine here? The blonde youth immediately got into the servant role, sitting comfortably on a chair and chiming in. Right, surely the lord doesn't want us to see him eat. Seeing the food lacked seasoning, the blonde youth told Maggie, if there was garlic, it would smell better. Maggie replied politely, there is no garlic in the castle because Lord Duke doesn't like eating it. Seeing this guy pushing his luck, she also sighed. Truth be told, this meal looks really appealing. After eating their fill, they both sat on chairs. The blonde youth still complained, I can't believe there's someone who doesn't like the taste of garlic, truly missing out on a worldly delicacy. Garlic can also detoxify. Then he recited 108 benefits of garlic. If you've finished eating and drinking, please go wash up and change clothes. All right, washing your face after a full meal is the best. Haha. After washing up, the blonde youth donned a guard's outfit, looking quite dashing and proper. Maggie clapped in praise, and even she stared without blinking. Wow, turns out he's a handsome guy? TV dramas didn't lie to me. The blonde youth, receiving praise, became narcissistic. Haha, naturally, I am the eldest son of a knight family. At this moment, a butterfly flew in from somewhere, passing over her head. The blonde youth looked in her direction and exclaimed, So cute, huh? Why is he looking at me like that? Did my beauty captivate him and he wants to confess? But reality slapped her in the face instantly. Haha, this butterfly looks so cute. Seeing her stumble as if about to fall, Maggie asked worriedly, Young lady, are you okay? At that moment, her face got scratched, causing her to cry out in pain. Ouch! It hurts! Young lady, your face is injured. This is bad. How can you attend the banquet tomorrow? What banquet? The next day, a grand banquet took place. Welcome everyone to the most mysterious ancient castle on the Atlantic continent, and the person standing next to me is its owner. He is Duke Siler, descendant of the king, master of this place, born on a full moon night. Unable to curb her curiosity, she asked, What are they doing? Maggie. Young lady, tonight the Duke wants to announce your identity to the nobles and conveniently sign the master-servant contract with Mason. Oh my gods, adopting a daughter requires such a huge party? Truly high society. First, invite Mason to come forward and sign the master-servant contract with Lord Duke. A certain young man, still munching on food, replied, Coming! I'm coming right now! Seeing his appearance, Siler wanted to punch him. If he didn't still have a use, I would have kicked him already. Mason, are you willing to become a knight of Carlisle Castle? The blonde youth stammered, unable to form words. She stood in the corner watching and thought, Wait, suddenly I feel they look quite good together, ha. Seeing the blonde youth silent, Siler was confused. It turned out the blonde youth was just bloated from earlier, preventing him from speaking. Suddenly he let out a burp, making Siler almost faint. The blonde youth explained embarrassedly. Sorry, I just ate garlic bread, so… He immediately cut him off. Shut up and stop talking. Guards, take him down first. Coach, go easy on me, guys. Why so tense? She stood there and immediately retracted her earlier thought. I sinned. I shouldn't have thought of that scene just now. Haha. Just now was a side issue. Now please invite young lady Sherry to come forward. Finally, my turn. The stairs are so high, are they trying to make it hard for me? Do they think everyone has legs 1.8 meters long or something to make stairs this high? She took a few steps and tripped. Oh no, someone save me. Then the sound of crashing objects rang out. I'm really dead. That was the decoration the Duke liked the most. Ouch, it hurts. Siler radiated murderous intent, his face darkening as he asked, You're truly bold. Then he helped her up. His expression is so scary. Boo-hoo, surely he doesn't want to hurt me. The atmosphere became incredibly silent, only her pounding heartbeat audible. Sorry, sir, I didn't mean to. Who knows what he was thinking, but after looking at her intently, he leaned in and placed a comforting kiss on the scratch on her cheek. His action made her freeze. What is he doing? Why? Is he sucking blood from my face? Oh my god, what kind of perverted hobby is this? Wait a minute, I seem to remember something. Medieval dukes like him who dislike garlic, yet like coffins and blood. Is he not some legendary demon but a vampire? While she was trembling with fear, his cold voice rang in her ear. Look around. If you don't want to die, stand still and listen. She immediately turned her head and saw everyone staring at her silently. She shuddered, thinking, Are they all vampires? Oh heavens. Did I fall into a vampire den? What do I do now? He took off his coat and draped it over her, then spoke softly. Maggie will take you back first. As she left, she thought, Is he protecting me? A certain young man, after observing, concluded, Seems Siler still doesn't dare to harm her. Since that's the case, I won't be polite. Back in her room, she sat thinking, If this continues, sooner or later I'll become food for someone else. No, I must carry out the escape plan soon. Maggie, go out for a bit, I want to be alone, but… Young lady, I'm afraid I can't. Lord Duke ordered. Before Maggie could finish, someone chopped the back of her neck, knocking her out. Baby, you're mine now! Ha ha! Seeing the strange young man reaching for her, she asked warily, What do you want with me? Suddenly, he hugged her and sniffed her scent. She sat down on the chair in fear, demanding, What exactly are you trying to do? The young man replied nonchalantly, I want to be your dad. Hearing this answer, countless question marks appeared in her head. Huh? Hello? What the heck? She started imagining all sorts of things. First, he'd bite her, then she'd slowly turn into a vampire, and finally, he'd become her dad. She thought this youth was insulting her, so she resolutely pointed and scolded. I, a fairy, can die but cannot be insulted, and you are not my dad. He laughed sarcastically, saying that if Siler hadn't set his sights on her, he wouldn't touch her. His hobby was just stealing Siler's things. For some reason, she felt her heart racing, an uncomfortable sensation taking over. I feel so awful. Am I turning into a vampire? This is too fast, too dangerous. Suddenly, a poof sound rang out, and she quickly turned back to her original form. Seeing her like this, he was equally surprised. She walked toward the youth, speaking coldly. Just now you said you wanted to be what to me? The youth, seeing her sharp gaze, panicked a bit. Don't come over here! She lunged forward, grabbed his chin, and shouted, Speak! This guy broke into a cold sweat, replying uncomfortably that he had no interest in her. Then, he fearfully burst out the door and ran away. This woman is too scary. Mason happened to walk by, didn't hear the beginning or end, and felt confused. Hey, Sherry, who was that? She walked over, patted the blonde youth's shoulder, her voice sounding a bit eerie. Hello, Mason, big brother. Sherry? Sherry? What's wrong? I just wanted to talk to big brother. Pressed against the wall by her, the youth's face darkened, feeling a bit panicked. Then he couldn't help but run away too. Passing by Siler, he didn't even glance at him, quickly abandoning ship to save himself. Why are they ignoring me? Siler walked over and realized her body had transformed, thinking, she's bigger. She threw herself at him, hugging him and whining, I'm so sad. At this moment, in his eyes, her silhouette looked exactly like the image he had kept in his heart for so long. Unable to resist, he picked her up. Want to carry me to the bedroom? That's right. She asked with curiosity, What do you want to do to me? You'll know soon enough. He pushed her onto the bed. Even now, she humorously teased, We can talk slowly, you're in such a rush. But I really like it, haha. While she was giggling chomp, he bit her neck. Hey you, what are you doing? It turned out, Siler was helping her suppress Austin's blood. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to withstand the power and could die at any moment. After being controlled, she shrank back down. He wiped his mouth, looking at her with a satisfied smile. She felt a lot of pain and burst into tears. Boo-hoo, it hurts! Hearing her crying incessantly, the young man felt a headache coming on and shouted, Shut up! Do you want to die again? Seeing his expression change, she tactfully shut her mouth. Very good. If you stop crying, I'll reward you with a gift. What is it? He walked over and opened the window as if signaling something. What's happening? From outside the window, a huge owl suddenly appeared. She went over to touch its feathers and exclaimed excitedly, "Wow, so soft." Seeing her liking his gift, he thought, seems she likes it. Then I'll let Sage watch over her for me. Let me see what secrets she actually has. Afternoon tea time for high society. Wow, is this the dessert fairies eat? Very fitting for my aura. On the table, countless eye-catching desserts were laid out. Based on these desserts, I'll acknowledge that Duke, that smelly-faced, annoying man, as my foster dad. She paused while eating, startled. Forgot Maggie is still here. Scolding him as an old smelly face seems unwise. She'll probably lecture me. Maggie, I don't want tea, I want hot milk. Can you get it for me? Of course, young lady, please wait a moment. Today is another day my heart flutters at the young lady's cuteness, hee. Phew, thank goodness. Finally, Maggie is gone. I don't need to hold back, I can freely criticize that smelly-faced man. Sage, you be the tree stump and listen to my venting. So she started complaining. That man, every day his face is sour like the bottom of a pot. I don't know if he was born in the year of the donkey or if I owe him billions. Moreover, touching me a little means pointing a sword at my face. Does anyone treat a girl like that? If he really wants to be my papa, his daughter is about to cry her eyes out. I truly sympathize with him. With such a terrible personality, he must have gone through something terrible. Even though we aren't from the same world, it's really common to meet people with annoying personalities like his. Then she rambled on, going from one topic to another. Oh my, sure enough, after letting it all out, my mood is much better. Someone who can't speak like Sage is surprisingly suitable as a listener. Suddenly, the owl opened its mouth to speak, startling her. Hey, about that, actually, I can speak. Good heavens, you can understand? Well, I'm done for. The smelly-faced man definitely knows I scolded him. Very quickly, she was summoned to the study. I heard it say you sympathize with me? Moreover, what does the phrase people not from the same world mean? Her inner self panicked, constantly pulling her hair. Why did I say such things? Tricked by a cute pet. I'm not even as smart as a child like it. Things have come to this, can I still survive? Look, his murderous aura can't be contained anymore. Haha, it's a misunderstanding, listen to my explanation. Just then, her heart beat rapidly, an incredibly painful sensation rushed in, and her whole body began to sway, unable to stand firm. His eyes were filled with surprise mixed with worry. Sherry, how long do you want to pretend? I know all your secrets. She feigned ignorance sweetly. What secrets? You are fundamentally not the Sherry of the Kimber family, but a queen from another world, right? Her inner self felt incredibly panicked. How so? My secret. Why did he find out? Where was I exposed? If you refuse to speak, it proves you admit what I said is true. Since that's the case, I must grant you death. This scene made her body go stiff. Then she startled awake. Young lady, you finally woke up. You worried Maggie all day. She looked toward Siler, silently asking, was that just a dream? Mason stood nearby, tears and snot flowing. Boo-hoo, I almost lost my little sister. Did I just accidentally faint strangely in the study, and the great Demon King didn't actually discover my secret about coming from another world? So why is he sitting here now? Don't tell me he sat there to protect the fainting me. Young lady, Lord Duke sat here worrying about you all night. This proves he loves you very much, so you must take care of your health, nothing else can go wrong. Hearing this, she looked at him, deeply touched. Sure enough, he saved me. I must have misunderstood him. Although he looks cold and heartless, he truly is a person. A good papa. Seeing she was fine, he stood up, pronounced it boring, and left. Maggie murmured, Lord Duke is truly the typical type who thinks one thing but says another. Young lady, you've changed Lord Duke a little, please keep it up. Mason stood aside very smugly, chiming in. Of course, my little sister isn't like other people. She asked confusedly, I changed the Duke? That's right. Before you came here, Lord Duke was never like this. Really? If he changed, that's good, but how do I try? I can't frequently faint like this. You don't need to worry about this issue. The reason you fainted, and before that suddenly grew into a young woman, was all due to young Master Austin's blood affecting your body. His blood is still there, so situations like this will definitely happen more often in the future. Moreover, who knows, there might be even stranger symptoms. She panicked, asking hurriedly, often happen means what? What stranger symptoms? Hearing you say that, I'm even more worried, you know? Hello, little girl, we meet again so soon, little baby. Turns out it's you. What do you want to do to me again? Don't be tense. Today I used the blood bond to summon you here just to offer you a condition. She asked warily. What condition? In a bit, Siler will definitely come looking. When that happens, refuse to return with him. I will help you escape him and take you home. Oh, really? But how will you help me? What benefit do you get from me refusing to return with him? Haha, I didn't expect the kid to be cautious. To reward your caution, I'll tell you the reason. It's because of Siler, so my goal is to make him heartbroken. Is it because you hate him? Correct. I hate him very much because he doesn't trust his own kind but trusts humans. Seeing she resembled that woman, this guy felt extremely disgusted. This guy's words sound strangely weird. And his eyes, too. No more talking. In short, except for agreeing, you have no other choice, am I right? Hesitating for a moment, she agreed. All right, then I agree with you. While they were talking, the sound of hoofbeats approached closer. This guy is really fast. Turns out he cares about you a lot. Austin, you dare steal the Duke's woman? Do you think you've lived too long? Mason also shouted angrily. Release my little sister, you red-headed devil. Rare to see the Lord Duke angry. However, I don't have a hobby of kidnapping human children. Suddenly, she spoke up. That's right, he didn't kidnap me. Saying this, she grabbed the redhead tightly. Right, I wanted to leave on my own. His eyes showed disappointment. You wanted to leave on your own? Sherry, what's wrong? The atmosphere suddenly went silent, only the wind audible. In Siler's head, memories of the past flooded back. Tell me where Diana is. Where did you take Diana? Haha, truly a foolish Duke. Do you think we took Diana away? You thought wrong. She wanted to leave you. Originally, she stayed to find your weakness. Now that she found it, naturally she had to leave in a hurry. As for a Duke like you, go repent in the darkness, haha. Those words haunted him for a very long time. Back in the present, seeing him stand motionless, Mason called out, Hey, go save Sherry. Although you aren't a good person either, that red-headed demon is a real vampire, looking very dangerous. Why should I save her? If she wants to leave, then get lost. What did you say? He actually told me to get lost? But why did he show that expression just now? Why does my heart feel so suffocated? It's really uncomfortable. Sure enough, humans are all fake. Even children know how to act. All right, let's go. Just like that, she was led away by the redhead. Mason questioned uncomfortably. Are you really going to watch Sherry go with him like that? Mason couldn't wait anymore and galloped forward. Seeing the sword tip approaching, the redhead used her as a shield. This guy is truly evil! Little sister, dodge! I can't stop! Boo-hoo, stop! In the nick of time, she fell into Siler's warm embrace. Papa, did you save me? Remember, there won't be a next time. And you, Austin? There won't be a next time. If this happens again, that day will be your death day. Watching his retreating figure, the redhead laughed smugly. Haha, the more he cares, the more interesting it gets. After returning to the castle, she was thrown onto the bed by him. Young lady, finally you returned safely. Sherry, little sister, don't run around anymore, understand? She put on an apologetic face, pouting, I know. At this moment, he felt extremely sleepy, yawning continuously. Under the surprised gazes of countless people, he walked to her bed. Duke? What? What is this? I'm sleepy. From now on, I'll sleep here. She turned to look at him, speechless. Then this servant takes her leave. Saying this, Maggie dragged Mason out of the room. The young man kept protesting. No, I don't agree. Looking at him at such close range, her face flushed red. He isn't actually afraid I'll run away, is he? Or worried someone will harm me? But in her head, she imagined a scene where she could be killed at any moment. You dared to betray me and run away? Only by killing you will you never run again. Haha. Thinking this, she hurriedly kept her distance from him. Boo-hoo, his moods are unpredictable. He won't kill me in the middle of the night, right? Just as she was about to fall off the bed, he quickly hugged her tight. Don't you want to sleep with me that much? She shook her head continuously, replying, No, I don't, I dare not. If so, then be good, don't move around. Okay, I know. Then she obediently rested her head on his arm. Seeing him pull up the blanket, she thought he was about to kill her. Didn't expect him to have such a gentle side. That night, he didn't sleep well. She turned left and right, turned sideways, continuously kicked him, and even drooled. Unable to stand it, he pinched her nose, then looked at her and smiled slightly. Early the next morning, Mason quickly came to wake her up. Little sister, time to get up. Being woken up, she rubbed her eyes. Starting today, I will teach you how to use a sword, to avoid you being taken by bad guys again. Seeing Mason's burning enthusiasm, both of them stood frozen, speechless. All right, go wash your face now. After breakfast, we'll train together. Boo-hoo, don't. I don't want to. I want to sleep. Don't be afraid. Just holding the sword and your hand is trembling like this. Boo-hoo, big brother. What nonsense are you saying? Do you know it's been 20 minutes? So tired, I'm not training anymore. Mason came over to massage her shoulders. How's that? Is this comfortable? You're so weak, how can I be assured? It's fine, I still have Big Brother to protect me. This cute smile of hers was like an arrow through Mason's heart. My little sister is so cute. Big Brother absolutely won't let bad guys bully you. Seeing Siler bringing a plate of delicious cakes, her eyes went wide, asking hurriedly, Is that for me? Maggie, feed it to her, yes, Lord Duke. This guy, what's wrong with him again? Truly a man with a strange personality. No, I don't understand why seeing them close makes me feel annoyed. Reporting to Lord Duke, a woman claiming to be Mason's fiancée is waiting outside. Seeing a silhouette in the distance, Mason and she said in unison, Oh, it's her? A girl ran over, arms spread wide, shouting, Mason, Big Brother! Then she threw herself into a hug with Mason. Carly missed you so much. You left a letter saying you went to the extreme north to find Sherry ages ago and haven't returned, making people so worried. Mason immediately pushed the girl away. Ahem, everyone is watching. Remember, you are a lady of a noble house. Just now, Carly was too excited and acted rudely. Hope the Duke forgives me, she said uncomfortably and coldly, truly a fake act. What did you say? Carly glanced at Sherry, thinking, didn't they say the Duke has a strange, erratic personality? How is this little illegitimate daughter still alive? I asked why a golden branch, jade leaf sister like you came here. Seeing her changed into a small form, Carly was stunned, then burst out laughing, holding her stomach, asking, "Ha! Why did you turn small?" She angrily bit Carly's hand, scolding, "Get your pig trotter off my head right now." Carly cried out in pain, "Boo-hoo! Stop biting!" Then she ran to tattle, "Boo-hoo, Mason, big brother, look at my hand, bitten like this." But Mason didn't care, just walking worriedly towards Sherry, asking gently, "Sherry, your teeth didn't get damaged, did they?" Leaving Carly standing there jealous and angry. "Father specially sent me to check on how Sherry is doing. Sorry to bother you, sir." Who knows what Sherry was thinking, but she went to propose to Siler. The adjacent palace has an empty room. How about letting sister stay there? Siler immediately agreed. She led Carly to a dilapidated place, then pointed, saying, "Here, you stay here." Carly shouted back angrily, You did this on purpose, right? How can one live in this shabby place? Remember, this young lady is the legitimate daughter of the Kimber family, and you are just a sacrificial, illegitimate daughter. If anyone should stay here, it should be you." Heh, so fierce. But what a pity, this isn't the Kimber house, but the extreme north. Here I am, the Duke's foster daughter, and what are you? That's right, nothing. Neener. Carly was fuming, angry but unable to do anything. Maggie stood far away, seeing this scene and covering her mouth, laughing. Heh, Sherry young lady's bullying look is also too cute. At night, Siler came to her room to sleep again, making her unhappy. Does this guy insist on sleeping here? At this moment, she remembered Mason's instructions that afternoon. Sherry, little sister, this item can make the transformation magic ineffective and revert to the original form. It's very fun. She was quite curious about what the Vampire Duke's true form would look like. Then she dropped a drop on his forehead, pretending to cry out, "Oops, I accidentally spilled water on Papa's face, let me wipe it for you." She took out a handkerchief, excitedly planning to wipe his face aggressively, but he quickly blocked her. "Were you really careless?" "Of course it's true." Seeing nothing unusual, she thought, "Why no reaction yet? Did that guy trick me?" While she was wondering, poof, the domineering Siler transformed into a bat. "Well done, caught red-handed." Sherry wasn't scared at all, running over to pick him up. "Wow, so cute." "You don't hate this form of mine?" "How could I? You look cute and much gentler than your fierce daytime appearance." Hearing this, he asked back, "What did you say?" At this moment, she had a dark calculation in her heart. Because she knew Carly was terrified of bats, a dark idea popped into her head. Over on the other side, Carly complained uncomfortably, "I don't want to live in that shabby house, I want to live here." Maggie replied quickly, "This place belongs to the Duke and young lady Sherry, you cannot take this place." Suddenly, Sherry came from nowhere holding Siler in bat form to scare Carly. "If you don't leave, I'll release all the bats in this house to bite you." Scared, Carly screamed, ah, for a while. As planned, Carly grabbed her dress and bolted. "Damn it, I'll be back!" She sat down on the chair happily, holding her stomach, laughing loudly. "Ha. Maggie, did you see? She was so scared." Maggie, seeing her happy, felt happy too. Young lady is truly amazing. Siler, having the potion wear off, turned back to his original form. He went over to scold her. "You are becoming more and more unruly and need to be retaught." "Papa, don't, that's not fun at all." Then, without many words, he threw her over his shoulder, continuously spanking her butt, making her cry her eyes out. Maggie watched, wanting to cry along. "Young lady Sherry, really sorry, Maggie is helpless too." Back in the bedroom, he plucked a feather from the owl, gave it to her and ordered, "Fan the air until the sun comes up." She was helpless, only able to comply. Before sleeping, he didn't forget to instruct the pet, "Watch this little eagle. If she sleeps, peck her to wake her up." Hearing these words, 2 streams of tears flowed down her face in helplessness. Fanning for a while, she got extremely sleepy, helplessly leaning against the owl. He leisurely watched her appearance. Seeing her dreaming, he sat up, signaled the owl to be quiet, then gently picked her up. The next morning, as usual, she went to watch Mason practice swordsmanship to learn, but her mind was still thinking about yesterday. Did Papa carry me to bed while I was sleeping? She didn't know that right now Carly was hiding behind a wall, releasing countless poisonous bees in her hand. "Sherry, go die!" The swarm of bees flew quickly toward Sherry's back. While she was drinking her morning tea, a bee flew onto her neck and stung her. Seeing many bees appear, Mason grabbed his sword to shoo them away. He wondered where these bees came from in this cold place. Hearing the sound of the teacup in her hand dropping to the ground, he looked over worriedly and called, "Sherry, what's wrong?" Before she hit the ground, Mason quickly ran over and caught her body. Sherry was taken back to her room but had fallen into a deep coma, unable to wake up. Maggie cried in worry. "Young Lady Sherry, what's wrong with you?" Carly put on an innocent face, faking concern. "What happened?" Sylar arrived asking, "What happened?" Mason immediately recounted, "Don't know where a swarm of poisonous bees came from into the garden, then stung her. Can the castle's doctor cure this?" He anxiously ordered Mason. "Go find the doctor!" Carly stood in front, gloating inwardly. "Even if the royal doctor comes, he won't be able to do anything. This bitch must die today." Summoned, a green-haired young man carrying a medical box quickly entered. Seeing this person, Carly quickly recognized his background was related to that woman. "It's him!" The green-haired youth placed his hand on his chest, introducing himself. "Greetings, Duke. I am the new doctor named Theo." "All right, go check on Sherry's condition." Carly quickly blocked the way, stopping the green-haired youth. "Lord Duke? This guy's identity looks very suspicious. Afraid he might cause harm to my sister." The green-haired youth questioned Carly. "The person releasing poisonous bees is the one with ill intentions toward young Lady Sherry. The second day Miss Carly arrived here, young Lady Sherry got stung by bees. Isn't this too coincidental?" Carly felt guilty but still tried to argue to the end. "Hey you, what do you mean? I didn't. I don't know anything at all." "Theo, treat Sherry, stop arguing." After examining, Theo gave a verdict. "This poisonous bee isn't normal. Since they were small, they ate poisonous nectar, so now the poison has spread throughout young Lady Sherry's body. Currently, there is only one way, fighting poison with poison." Theo took out a purple bottle and continued. "Lord Duke is a vampire, so his blood contains bat venom. Currently, Lord Duke only needs to water this seed with blood until it blooms, then use the poisonous petals for young Lady Sherry to bathe in to force the bee poison out." Sylar accepted the medicine bottle, then instructed, "During this time, don't let anyone near Sherry. I will stay by her side to watch." Seeing the flower grow slowly, Sylar said impatiently, "This is too slow." Theo stood behind, encouraging, it's fine, just persevere for 7 straight days. There is another way, which is to establish a blood contract with her. But the blood contract is extremely dangerous. If the Duke's will isn't strong enough, he will be consumed. Very dangerous to his life." But Sylar ignored everything, risking himself to save her. Sherry's face showed some color, and her hand moved slightly. Maggie announced happily, "Young Lady Sherry has a reaction." "Not good. Young Lady Sherry is coughing blood." Hearing this, he worriedly opened the curtain to check. As soon as he entered, Sherry opened her eyes, smiled suspiciously, then pulled his neck toward her, whining, "This water is too cold. What should we do to warm up?" He removed her hand, speaking gently. "Wait a moment, I'll tell Maggie to add hot water." Then, suppressing his rising emotions, he turned to leave. Seeing him want to leave, she pulled his shirt. "Wait a minute." Pulled unexpectedly, he lost his balance and fell into the tub with her. She teased, "Did this young lady let you leave?" Then she stood up and hugged him. "No need for hot water, just hugging like this feels much warmer." He was quite surprised by her action. "If you don't let go, I'll bite you." She reached out and touched his firm chest muscles. This action made him freeze, his face instantly turning bright red. "Sherry, stop! If you don't stop, I will—" But she didn't listen, continuing her action. Seeing her grown-up appearance and words exactly like the person in his mind who betrayed him before, the mocking voice of that unpleasant memory echoed in his head. "Diana betrayed you! Ha! Did you not know? She and you were just a fling." Thinking of those words, his face darkened, and he reacted by pushing her away. Truly disgusting. "If you touch me again, I'll kill you immediately." She was incredibly persistent, not only touching but also squeezing Sylar's butt. "Heh, I'm touching, so what? If you want, just kill me." Seeing her pushing her luck, he angrily pushed her backward. "See that, playing with fire? Next, I leave it to the otherworld Sherry to handle." Thinking this, she transformed into a different appearance, eyes teary, calling, "Papa, what was I doing just now?" He let go of her neck and asked, "Don't you remember what you just did?" At this moment, her sanity returned. She shouted loudly, "Of course I remember. I suddenly had 2 personalities and even touched Papa's butt. Never mind, I'm going out." "Why am I not wearing anything? Something is wrong." "No, wait, why is my body big? And what are these cat ears and tail?" Sylar was currently out in the flower garden reading intently. Sherry also dressed in a super cute outfit and walked over. "I put clothes on." He looked up and was mesmerized by her beauty. "I'm wearing Maggie's clothes. Does it look weird?" "This dress seems too short. Maybe I should find another set." Sylar, embarrassed, blushed and looked away, replying, "Yeah, go ahead." At this moment, Maggie and Mason also walked up, calling her name. Maggie wiped her tears, saying, "Young Lady Sherry, you coughed blood earlier, scared me to death. I went to find Mason and Theo." Seeing her peaceful appearance, Theo sighed in relief. "Seems you're okay." Sherry recognized Theo and asked, "Is it you?" Theo hurriedly signaled for silence. "Why did young Lady Sherry grow big? Are you wearing Maggie's clothes? Looking so beautiful." Mason asked confusedly. "Right, why did you grow big? What is this? A tail? Over here, seeing Mason close to her, he called uncomfortably, Sherry! Well, what's wrong? You look terrible. He took off his coat and draped it over her. Your body just recovered, don't get chilled, understand? Be good. Go change into warmer clothes. She pouted, saying, But Maggie's clothes are all like this, I don't have other clothes. He had a headache, finally saying, Then wear my clothes. Having said that, his body couldn't stand firm, staggering as if to fall. She called worriedly, Papa, what's wrong with you? Theo walked over, explaining, Don't worry, the Duke just fainted from exhaustion. Then, Theo added, When you were on the brink of death, to save you, he also stepped into the gates of hell. She was deeply touched. Did he sacrifice like that to save me? Am I that important to him? She placed him down on a nearby flower bed to rest. After a while, seeing him move, she called happily, Papa, you're awake! Theo said Papa should sunbathe more, that way recovery will be faster. Thank you for risking your life to save mine. How should Sherry repay this kindness? Suddenly, he looked down at her dress. Seeing this, Sherry misunderstood, covering her chest with her hands, blushing and whispering, Can't use my body. He laughed and poked her forehead. No need to repay anything, your life was originally mine. This gesture made her even more shy. I know that, but using my body to repay is a bit... Seeing her dress was too short, he used his shirt to cover her. Seeing him at such close range, her heart beat rapidly, thinking, Pa is so handsome. She felt shy, face red as a tomato, rubbing her face with both hands. Ouch, what am I thinking? She encouraged herself. It's probably just because he saved me that I'm so moved. Then she made an excuse to flee. Oh my, it's getting dark. I have to go back. He stood looking at the blazing sun, speechless. Maggie was in the dining room. Seeing her arrive, she said happily, Young Lady Sherry, you're back? Seeing Carly eating leisurely, she felt annoyed. Why are you here? Get out. This girl continued eating slowly. You truly have a big life. Didn't expect Lord Duke would sacrifice himself to save you. Surely he isn't a sugar daddy raising you from childhood, right? Hearing these words, she was furious. Then walked over, took a glass of water, and poured it straight onto that girl's head. Carly stood up angrily, wanting to hit her. But she was faster, grabbing Carly's wrist. Just relying on you, yet you are worthy to discuss the Duke? Don't think I don't know the poisonous bees were released by you. Then she domineeringly gave Carly a slap, making her fall down in anger. If you know what's good for you, leave here yourself. Otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite. Seeing the strange and tiger-like appearance of Sherry, Carly was frightened, mixed with surprise. Back in the room, she lay embracing many thoughts. Originally, we were born from the same root. Why bite each other like this? Did I need to scare Carly like that? Seeing her in deep thought, he stood outside the door asking, Don't need to kill her anymore? Hearing his voice, she sat up immediately. Huh, Papa, why are you here late at night? He pretended to cover his mouth, yawning. I'm sleepy, going to sleep. She listened, doubting life. Huh? Hello? Is this real? Not really, right? Now that I've grown big like this, he actually wants to sleep with me? What's wrong? Weren't you throwing yourself into my arms in the bathtub yesterday? Why so shy today? She explained tearfully. That wasn't me. That was this world's Sherry. Oh, this world's Sherry. Then who are you? Where do you come from? His breath hit her face, making her tremble again. Please, too close, Papa. Unable to answer, she pulled the blanket over herself, playing dumb. I have to sleep. Good night. But he proposed. I'm hungry. Go cook. What? Me? Of course you. If not you, then who? I got hurt because of you, don't remember? But I only know how to make tomato scrambled eggs, and scrambled eggs with tomato. Seeing her refusing, he threw her over his shoulder. Sherry shyly responded, Put me down. I'll cook, okay? Where are you taking me? Then he led her to the chicken coop. Today I want to eat fresh eggs. Hearing this, she let out a sigh. A certain chicken was still happily sitting on eggs, unaware they were about to be taken for tomato sauce. Seeing her unresponsive, he used the old line, I am your lifesaver. She finally surrendered. Okay, I'll go get eggs, okay? So she tiptoed toward the chicken. Seeing someone taking her eggs, the mother hen angrily chased her relentlessly. Sherry cried buckets, running around the coop calling for help. Boo-hoo, help! Watching this scene, he laughed very happily. Suddenly, she ran and jumped on him. Papa, help! He blushed and touched her hair. A while later, she finally finished cooking, brought it up, saying shyly, I finished cooking. But he pushed his luck, demanding, Come feed me, I was hurt because of you. She tried to suppress her anger, replying, Fine, Papa. Looking at the blackened food, her eyes showed mischief as she snickered, excitedly feeding him a spoonful. Just tasting it, he felt it was terrible, then couldn't hold it back, turning aside to retch, blech, blech, blech. She acted innocent, assuming, Hey, don't blame me, you told me to feed you. He fearfully left, not forgetting to instruct before going, Tomorrow you better follow Maggie to learn cooking. The next day in the flower garden, Carly approached probing. Lord Duke, you are strange. Hearing her voice, he glanced back, eyes showing annoyance. Carly heard father say Duke and Lady Diana used to have a relationship. After Lady Diana betrayed you, the Duke married her off to my father as a concubine. By right, you should resent her. Why now protect her daughter like this?" Hearing this sentence, he startled, panicked, not believing his ears. "What? Sherry is her daughter?" Carly, seeing this expression, smugly continued. "So you didn't know? Sherry is the illegitimate daughter Diana bore from my father. I met the doctor named Theo. He is Diana's disciple. His appearance here definitely has some plot with Sherry, so Duke must be careful." Each sentence made Siler's expectations shatter more and more. In his head right now, images of Diana and Sherry merged. That's right, these two look very alike. Why didn't I realize it at first? No wonder they look so similar. Turns out they are mother and daughter. Remembering before, Diana attacked him while his trust in her was huge. Watching Diana's retreating figure, that day he held many questions asking, "Why? Why betray me, Diana?" That night, this nightmare kept haunting him, making him sweat profusely. Sherry saw this and reached out to check. Just as her hand was about to touch Siler, he alertly grabbed it, asking, "What do you want to do?" "Papa, you're awake? I was planning to wake you. I finished cooking porridge too. Get up and taste it." "Who wants to eat that stuff?" Saying this, he pushed the bowl of porridge in her hand away. The bowl fell to the ground, shattering, spilling everywhere. Siler shouted angrily, "Did no one teach you the rules in the palace? Without permission, no one enters my room, including you." Sherry didn't understand what happened. Standing dazed, looking at the porridge she spent all morning cooking now spilled on the ground. She suppressed her grievance, only replying softly, "Yes, Sherry understands." Then she turned and ran away. Outside, thunder crashed and rain fell ceaselessly. Sherry ignored everything and ran out, crying as she ran. "I knew early on his temper was always erratic like this, but don't know why I feel incredibly uncomfortable right now. My chest hurts so much." Because she didn't look and kept running, Sherry stepped into an empty space. And because of that, she fell into a deep abyss. Not seeing her all afternoon, Maggie ran worriedly to report, "Lord Duke, haven't seen young Lady Sherry anywhere since noon." He said coldly, "Ignore her. If she likes to leave, then go. No need to find her." Hearing these words, Maggie thought confusedly, "What's wrong with the Duke today? Didn't he always worry about young Lady Sherry?" Until night, the rain showed no sign of stopping. Sealer lay on the bed, tossing and turning, unable to sleep all evening. At this moment, he felt a sharp pain in his hand. Looked up and saw a crack appear out of nowhere. This event made him remember Theo's words. After the blood contract, all pain young Lady Sherry suffers, the Duke will suffer the exact same pain. Remembering these words, Siler sat up. Is she injured? So he ran out in the middle of the stormy night to find her. "Sherry, where are you?" Running around searching for a while, he discovered her being held by Theo. Then Theo walked to a tree and put her down, leaving without a word. He walked over worriedly, calling her name. "Sherry, are you okay? Sherry, wake up! I came to take you back." After carrying her back to the castle, he turned to instruct Maggie, "Quickly go cook ginger soup." "Yes, my lord." Seeing the wound on her hand exactly like his, he silently cursed, "Truly a dummy, not careful at all." A while later, Maggie entered holding a bowl of soup. "Lord Duke, soup is ready." "All right, leave it there. I will feed her." He supported her up, then intently fed her ginger soup. A while later, she woke up, continuously coughing, cough, cough, cough. Seeing him beside her, she angrily swatted his hand away. "Don't you hate me? Why bring me back here?" Seeing her awake, he stood up. "This is already the second time you ran away. This king said before. Now you are my adopted daughter. Don't dream of escaping." Hearing this, she questioned unwillingly, "Even when you hate me? I leave this place, not entering your sight anymore. Isn't that better? Remember, whether you can leave here or not is decided by me, not you." "Fine. If so, I'll return to my room. Won't disturb the Duke's rest." She told herself, "I don't want to continue staying here, nor do I want to hear his cold voice for another moment." Just as she turned to leave, he pulled her back. "Stay here, don't go anywhere." Her heart pounded again. He scolded unhappily. "Here there is good food you won't eat, warm blankets and soft mattresses you won't sleep on. You ran out, except for getting a cold. What did you get? Just getting hurt more. Did you run away to suffer?" He has a point, I really am a dummy. She felt aggrieved inside. "Why am I suffering like this? I must counterattack. Isn't this all because of you?" "Papa, I feel awful and cold too. Can you hug me to sleep?" "Let's see if I torture you, you annoying brat." Suddenly, she sneezed continuously, snot splattering all over Siler's face, making him speechless. She explained shyly, "Papa won't blame me, right? I didn't mean to catch a cold." He wiped the snot off his face, accidentally revealing the wound. Seeing that wound, she was extremely surprised, eyes wide, asking, "Why is that wound so like mine?" Then she pulled his hand to compare the wound between her hand and his. He pulled his hand back, pretending, "This is just a coincidence." Watching his retreating back, she analyzed softly, "This wound is too coincidental. Position and depth are the same. Could it be?" Then, to clarify the matter, she started acting. Who, my beloved Maggie, I'm about to die of sickness. Young lady really breaks people's hearts. I sent someone to invite Lord Doctor. Please wait a bit. Theo arrived very quickly. After examining her, he gave Maggie a packet of medicine, instructing softly, "Go brew medicine for young lady Sherry." "Yes, sir." Waiting until Maggie's back left, she sat up, took the towel off her forehead, and asked, "Theo, yesterday you turned me small, right?" Theo patted her head, then explained, "Currently the Duke knows our identity. Because after growing up, you look very like Diana. This makes it unavoidable that the Duke accidentally mistakes the person and kills you. Only when you turn into a small and weak, pitiful appearance, the Duke won't bear to harm a child." "But do I have to be a child forever?" Theo encouraged. "Maybe when the Duke truly can't bear to kill you, at that time you can come find me to break this curse." She pouted, replying, "Then wait 800 years. Remembering the wound, she raised her hand to ask clearly, "Ah, right. Yesterday I saw the wound on the Duke's hand, and mine are identical. This isn't a coincidence, right?" Theo didn't hide it and answered, "At the time you were injured by bee venom, to save you, the Duke made a blood contract. So when you get hurt, the Duke will suffer the exact same injury. Once I kick the bucket, won't he kick it too?" Hearing this, Theo acted surprised, clapping hands, saying, "Right, why didn't I think of that?" Seeing this, she smiled brightly, forgetting the issue. "Ha ha ha. Theo is truly a dummy. Mason, big brother, when will you agree to return with me?" Sherry, hiding aside, seeing this situation, remembered Theo's words earlier. It was Carly who told the Duke my identity. The more she thought, the angrier she got, rolling up her sleeves. "Carly, this time watch how I handle you." She walked over, pretending to ask Mason, "I don't see the 1,000-year snow lotus the Duke gave you, go find it for me." Then she put on a pitiful face, continuing, "That is a rare treasure, one of a kind, boo-hoo. There's such a good thing. If I get it, that would be great." She pulled Mason's hand, saying urgently, "Mason, big brother, go find it with me." Seeing Mason dragged away, Carly was extremely angry, gritting her teeth, scolding, "Humph, daring to steal my Mason, big brother again." Then she led Mason behind a bush to hide. Mason asked confusedly, "Aren't we looking for the 1,000-year snow lotus?" She hurriedly signaled him, whispering, "Shh, let me show you this fun show." Then, she took out an item she often carried and rolled it out. Just then, Carly walked by, accidentally stepped on it, and fell. Falling painfully, she was extremely bitter. "What trash is this? Who threw it here?" After opening it to look, she thought, could this be the beauty cream Sherry mentioned before? After sniffing a bit, she was sure her thought was correct. Definitely it. Smells so good. Great. If I use it, surely I'll be 100 times more beautiful than Sherry. You wait here. I'll bring it back for you. Mason, big brother? Wait a minute. That's not a good thing. Not even 5 minutes passed. Carly's face broke out in countless bumps, looking very ugly. She looked in the mirror, panicked. "Oh God, my face!" Timing it right, Sherry walked over, knocking. "Carly, little sister, want to go for afternoon tea with me?" "Big brother, break the door." "Okay, step back a bit." Carly was extremely scared right now if someone saw her face. She blocked the door, replying, "I won't drink. You two go." Ignoring what she said, Mason kicked the door open. Carly, standing behind the door, was knocked backward, falling to the ground. Seeing her face, Sherry gloated, pretending to ask, "What's wrong with little sister's face? Surely not an infectious disease." She fearfully covered her face with both hands. "No! This is all because of your beauty cream's side effects." "Oh no, I think this is definitely an infectious disease. Will infect others." She turned back, ordering her pet, "Little Eagle, take her to quarantine far away." Receiving the order, the owl carried her on its back, then used 2 feet to grab Carly, making her scared, asking, "What do you want to do?" After flying a distance, the owl dropped her, scaring the soul out of her. Don't kill me!" "Carly, remember this lesson. You don't offend me, I don't offend you. This is all caused by you." Watching Carly's figure getting smaller, she sighed, then ordered the pet to fly back. As soon as she returned, she heard his voice behind. "Where did you just come from?" Making her feel guilty, unable to speak. "Coincidence, I have something to tell you. The Kimber family sent someone to invite us to attend Duke Kimber's longevity celebration." Hearing this, she was stunned, surprised. Looking around a while, not seeing Carly, he asked, "Where is Carly?" She honestly replied nonchalantly, "She was just thrown into a distant valley by me." Haha. Hearing this, he was 3 parts helpless, 7 parts resigned. After that, the group set off for the Kimber family. Seeing the magnificent castle ahead, she exclaimed, "Is this the Kimber family place? Truly more majestic than our place, Papa." Seeing her admire this place so much, he replied indifferently, "When we return, I'll renovate." A young man came out to welcome the two. "Please follow me." Inside, a man was sitting majestically on a chair. Tyler observed, silently evaluating, "This man, is this the man Diana chose, leaving me to be with him? Why is Papa's face so angry? Does this count as rivals meeting? During the past time, many thanks to the Duke for taking care of my Sherry. Currently, Sherry is no longer related to you. Me taking care of her, that is naturally expected." That man heard this and felt extremely uncomfortable, his face darkening. Siler calmly walked over to sit on a chair, then called her to sit with him. Noting Carly's absence, that man asked, "Where is Carly? Didn't she go to the Duke's place? Did something happen?" Asked this, her inner self panicked a bit but tried to appear calm. Siler also pretended to ask back, Didn't Carly return long ago? Has she not returned yet?" Duke Kimber heard this, feeling something bad. "How can that be?" Siler's face didn't change, coldly asking, "Does the Duke suspect this king plotted against your Carly?" Although still suspicious, Duke Kimber just said, "I dare not." Inside, he thought, "I must find Carly. Try to gift her to the Duke during the banquet."